All right. So our topic today is the three types of nutrition approacher. And I think because this is just us ladies on the call, we got to talk about the emotional aspect of eating and the fact that like eating is incredibly emotional. So that said, I don't know if you are the justifier, the perfectionist, or the expert. And I think that we all have a little bit of us in each of these things. I identified all three of these in myself. And I just want to be clear, I made these up. But over working with women for 11 years, you are one or you're the other. Like you are definitely fitting into, wow, Corey Beth, hang on one sec. You're definitely fitting into these categories because I think at the end of the day, there is no really getting around the thoughts we tell ourselves. And while we may think like, okay, just follow the plan, just follow the plan, our emotions get all in the way. And that's the beauty of being a woman, but it also can be the thing that stands between our goals. So if you're the justifier, sometimes I'm the justifier. So I'm just gonna put that out there. If you're the justifier, you say things like, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's just one bite. It's just one taste. It's just one weekend. It's just the party. It's just a drink. Like we kind of have to get rid of the justification and just say, I had a drink. Right choice, wrong choice. Like we can make a decision about that, but like I had a drink, not on the plan. I had a drink, right? Like we just have to own it. So instead of like justifying, I literally was on the phone with somebody yesterday morning and I wanted to jump to the phone and do a little like loving shake when this person was like, it's not like I eat a whole sleeve of Oreos. And I'm like, okay. And then they proceeded to say, I eat half the sleeve. And I'm like, it's not really even better. So we have to stop justifying to ourselves. And if that's you, that's definitely me at times. Like, let's identify it. I think that's the first thing we have to do. The second type of person is the perfectionist. Now, I'm be honest, I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovering people pleaser. Like, if it wasn't pretty enough, I had to do it again. So if my meal plan didn't look right, I'd scrap it and do it again. If it got to be Wednesday and I screwed up the way I should have been eating, just do it again on Monday, right? I would let the rest of the week go to the birds because I didn't do it the right way. And that is the biggest load of baloney we tell ourselves. So if you're the perfectionist, you're going to say things like, well, it has to look like, well, I don't quite have it together yet. Well, it's not quite the way I want it to look. Well, I haven't finished my Pinterest board. Like, just do it. Just do it. Whether we've talked about all the different methods and ways, post-it note it, whiteboard it, however works for you, just do it and be done with it. And if you have to move things around, no, okay, I have to be flexible. Today for lunch, we had tonight's dinner because I felt like eating the chicken thighs. I didn't want to have them for dinner. So now I'm like, oh shoot, what are we going to have for dinner? We're probably going to have quiche because that's actually for lunch tomorrow. So it's okay to move things around on your menu. It's not always going to be black is black and white is white. I think when it comes to our day, there's a whole lot of gray. Sound like Dr. Seuss here, but it's like we have to just kind of roll with it and be okay with it not being perfect. So if you're the perfectionist, I'm going to encourage you to let that go. And then the third is the expert. Now, these are typically people that I get on the phone with before they join Pure Physique. Usually once they're in Pure Physique, they're no longer the expert, but the experts are on the phone being like, well, I eat healthy. Well, I do everything right. Well, I know what to do. And they don't always say it like that. It's like, but I eat healthy, but I know what to do. But I know I should be drinking more water, but I eat X number of fruits and vegetables a day. There's always room for improvement. Even I am not perfect. Even Mike is not perfect. So if we're not perfect and we're teaching this and living and breathing this every single day, chances are other people are also not perfect. So when we get into that expert mentality of, I know how to do this, or I just have to do that, you know what? Be open. Be open to changing the way you're doing things. Be open to a different recipe, different methodology. Be open to the fact that, hey, you may not be eating enough on your perfect healthy plan. Maybe we need to throw a little bit more food in there. So I think whether you are the justifier that justifies what you do, you're the perfectionist, even if you're the perfectionist by accident, I was an accidental perfectionist, or you're the expert that's like, I know all the things to do. There's always room for us to improve. And I think the biggest thing here is identifying with 1, 2, or 3, because I got a little bit of all of that in me too, identifying who you are in that to know what you have to overcome to really start moving toward your goal. Because once we're like, holy cow, I keep justifying to myself, then we can stop justifying. But if we continue to justify, we're never going to open ourselves up to the tools and strategies we need to actually achieve the goal. If we're walking around being the perfectionist, there's no week that's ever going to be perfect. So chances are you're never going to hit your goal. And then if you're the expert, you know all the right things to do, but you're not actually putting them into action, you're also not going to hit your goal. So these are the three types of personalities. And again, you might be the unicorn, the rainbow, that's all of those things, all kind of like, that's me. I'm all of that, identify it, know that that's you. And that, I promise, will help you to move beyond it so that you can get the help that you need to start achieving your goal. So I want to know which of those you resonate the most with. Is it the justifier, the perfectionist, the expert, or is it all of them? And what do you need then to be able to really push that to the side and be able to keep on moving forward? Let me know in the text messages. I can't wait to hear what you are.